The 2026 Jetour T2 PHEV, also known as the Shanhai T2 or T2 IDM, and the T1 PHEV, T1 Lightning, are both part of Jetour's rugged T-Series SUV lineup. While they look similar at a glance, they are designed for different lifestyles. The T2 is an off-road powerhouse, while the T1 is a city-focused crossover with off-road styling. Here are the primary differences between the two models. Off-road capabilities. The T2 is built for actual adventure, whereas the T1 is off-road inspired. Ground clearance. The T2 sits higher at 220 mm, compared to the T1's 200 mm. Wading depth. The T2 can handle water up to 700 mm deep, while the T1 is rated for about 600 mm. Geometry. The T2 has superior approach, 39 degrees, and departure angles, allowing it to climb steeper obstacles without scraping its bumpers. Interior and luxury. The T2 is positioned as the premium flagship of the two. Audio. The T2 features a 12-speaker Sony premium sound system, while the T1 typically offers a 9-speaker Sony or a standard 6-speaker setup. Seating. The T2 often includes ventilated and memory seats for both driver and passenger, along with more extensive ambient lighting, 128 colors. Tech. Both share the massive 15.6-inch touchscreen powered by the Snapdragon 8155 chip, but the T2 adds a 540 degrees panoramic camera, 360 degrees plus a transparent chassis view, and more advanced ADAS, Level 2 driving assistance, features as standard. Dimensions and exterior design. The T2 is larger and has a more hardcore look. Size. The T2 is roughly 80 mm longer and 40 mm wider than the T1. Much of this extra length comes from the T2's signature tailgate-mounted spare wheel, which the T1 usually lacks, opting for a cleaner, urban hatch. Wheels. The T2 typically comes with 20-inch wheels, whereas the T1 uses 19-inch wheels. Rugged add-ons. The T2 features more aggressive skid plates, tow hooks, and expandable roof rails. Summary. Which should you choose? Choose the Jetour T1 PHEV if you want the boxy, rugged look but spend 95% of your time in the city. It is more fuel efficient, easier to park, and more affordable. Choose the Jetour T2 PHEV if you want a true adventure vehicle. It offers more power, better off-road tech, and a more luxurious interior for long-distance road trips. Main differences explained simply. Jetour T2 PHEV hardcore off-road SUV, designed mainly for adventure and off-road driving. Higher ground clearance, tougher chassis setup. Standard AWD system. More rugged suspension tuning. Best for trails, mountains, mud, sand, camping trips. Choose T2 PHEV if you love off-road driving. Want rugged looks and toughness. Travel to rough terrains frequently. Jetour T1 PHEV Urban Plus Performance SUV, focused on comfort, tech, and performance. More powerful hybrid system, AWD version up to 590 horsepower. Longer total driving range, up to 1,500 kilometers. Better ride comfort for daily driving. More premium interior features. Choose T1 PHEV if you mostly drive in city and highways. Want maximum power plus comfort. Prefer premium features over hardcore off-road ability. Here are the most complete global details for the new 2026 Jetour T2 PHEV versus new 2026 Jetour T1 PHEV, covering worldwide specs, trims, powertrains, markets, pricing, performance, batteries, and positioning, based on the latest international sources. Global comparison. 2026 Jetour T2 PHEV versus Jetour T1 PHEV, powertrain and performance. Global specs. Jetour T1 PHEV, Shanhai T1 AWD/FWD engine, 1.5T turbo. Hybrid system, Kunpeng CDM Super Hybrid. Motors, dual motor, AWD version. Total output, 440 kilowatts, 590 horsepower, 840 Nm. Transmission, 1-speed DHT. 0 to 100 km per hour, 4.8 seconds. Drivetrain, FWD/AWD. Battery, 27.2 kWh LFP. Pure EV range, 147 km CLTC. Total driving range, 1,500 km. Jetour T2 PHEV, T2 CDM/IDM. Engine, 1.5T turbo, 5th gen hybrid. Hybrid system, Chery Super Hybrid CDM. Motors, dual motor, AWD versions. Total output, 221 HP, 390 Nm base. Transmission, 3-speed DHT. 0 to 100 km per hour, 7.5 seconds. Drivetrain, RWD/AWD. Battery options, 27.2 kWh 129 to 162 km EV. 43.2 kWh up to 212 km EV. Total range, 1,300 to 1,500 km. DC charging, 30 to 80% in 30 min. Dimensions and body type. Jetour T1 PHEV. Length, 4,706 mm. Width, 1,967 mm. Height, 1,845 mm. Wheelbase, 2,810 mm. Ground clearance, 185 mm. Jetour T2 PHEV. Length, 4,785 mm. Width, 2,006 mm. Height, 1,875 mm. Wheelbase, 2,800 mm. Ground clearance, 205 mm. Global market pricing, converted to USD, Jetour T2 PHEV, China, Mexico, Middle East $22,100 to $30,400. Jetour T1 PHEV, China pricing, $22,000 to $28,000. Global market availability, Jetour T2 PHEV markets, China, Mexico, India, JSW Partnership, UAE, Qatar, Saudi Arabia, Russia, Brazil planned, Europe, 2026 expansion. Jetour T1 PHEV markets, China, Russia, UAE, Qatar, Chile, Mexico planned, Europe, 2026. Global buyer positioning. Jetour T2 PHEV Adventure Plus Expedition SUV, designed for off-road, overlanding, desert, snow, forest, long-distance expedition travel. Global rivals, Toyota Land Cruiser Prado Hybrid, Tank 300 High 4T, Defender P400e, Jetour T1 PHEV Urban Plus High Performance SUV, designed for city, highways, family use, high-speed touring. Global rivals, BYD Fangcheng Bao 5, GWM Tank 500 High 4T, Lynk & Co 09 EMP.